So we have got our favorite doctor here in the building from Norton Healthcare. Everyone, please send a warm St. Stephen welcome to Dr. Steve Patton. Doesn't he look so spiffy in his suspenders and bow tie? Welcome, Dr. Steve. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so it seems as if, I don't want to say we're backtracking, but it almost feels as if we're headed back, Some new recommendations were made to start wearing your mask inside, even if you are vaccinated. So can you break down for the viewers, what is this new variant that has us really being more cautious and just ways that we can continue to protect ourselves?
The Delta variant is about 83% of the new cases out there at this time. And something I really wanted to highlight here, even when we're talking about the vaccinations, I see them as a bulletproof vest. Now, a bulletproof vest isn't really bulletproof, it's bullet resistant. Okay, so that means, are you still likely to get shot if you're on the battlefield? Yes, but are you more likely to survive as far as decreased chances of hospitalization and death, right? And that's how I view the vaccinations too. Their main purpose, actually the reason why they were granted emergency use, was to decrease risk of serious hospitalizations, like you need to be put on a ventilation or have a machine breathe for you, or even death.
Wow. And I've heard that and the term that I've been hearing is mutate, and it sounds so scary. But really, I heard that the Delta variant could be really fatal and actually more dangerous than the other strands that we have dealt with. But the vaccination can help protect you. Like you said, it doesn't mean that you won't get the virus, but you won't die or be hospitalized or on a ventilator if you get it. Correct?
That's right. And in fact, most of the cases, about greater than 96% of the cases and hospitalizations right now are from unvaccinated people. Unvaccinated. And less than 1% are from vaccinated people. We have to really focus on continue the progress with vaccinations. In fact, in this zip code, I believe is 40210, we have less than 30% vaccinated. And when we talk about herd immunity, they were thinking 70 to 80% at least, in order to protect everyone else around there. And we compared that to more so over on the other zip code of 40207, like in the St. Matthews area, they have greater than 60% vaccinated. So that really highlights what is going on in this area, and we need to continue to push this message like you all are doing, and get this vaccination out there and continue to educate the people on the importance of that. The current number of deaths are about 600,000, over 600,000 deaths. That's about the population of Louisville, if you want to put that in perspective, right?
Yeah. Wow.
So.
Yeah. Tyler?
Yeah, vaccine hesitancy is really a key thing that we're playing with today. So with under 50% of the entire nation vaccinated, can you help us understand the importance of the vaccine, those that aren't vaccinated? And then I guess for somebody who's been vaccinated, the comfort level knowing that we're vaccinated, there's Delta variants out there, what level of comfortability should we have?
Right. And I know that Ms. Krystal brought up the current recommendations, and yeah, great question as well. The big thing here is if you're not vaccinated, definitely mask up. Try to continue with the isolation and separation. As for those who are vaccinated, especially if you are immunocompromised, as I said before, they said those breakthrough cases with serious hospitalization are from the immunocompromised. So they are suggesting if you are immunocompromised and fully vaccinated, that you wear a mask when you're out of your home. As for other people that aren't fully vaccinated, it's a suggestion that you continue to wear your mask. but you are pretty much still fully protected. They're still showing that people who are vaccinated is still greater than 90% of keeping you out of that hospital. So that bulletproof vest is doing its job, right?
Bulletproof. That's a wonderful visual. Someone said that it was a wonderful comparison, but that is a wonderful visual. You said it isn't bulletproof, but it's resistant. It'll help you. That's a wonderful example that you showed. You know, one argument that I'm hearing a lot in our community, because you know there's a lot of distrust in our community, the biggest thing I hear is they created the vaccine too fast. What will you say about that, Dr. Patton? Talk about the new technology in vaccinations and how they were able to create this vaccine so fast.
Yes, there is a lot of mistrust in the community, and I mean, I will understand. We have to acknowledge that and say, yeah, there's possible reason to have doubt, but I'm glad people are asking the question as to why. And so let's think about it as so if we're talking about the Moderna and Pfizer newer vaccines, and they were able to create the process so quickly, there's a lot of variables to that. But with vaccinations in general, one is the world is communicating. So this shouldn't be, oh no, how did they create this so fast? They rushed it. This is how vaccines should be done, right? Because the world is communicating, meaning China had the virus, and normally it can take months to years to figure out what is killing people, right? And then it takes months to years to figure out how it's killing people. So what kind of receptors is it using? How is it getting into the cells, right? And then months to years to create the vaccine to stop it from attacking, right? So it's a lot of data right there. On day one, China was like, we know what the virus is, because they were familiar with the COVID viruses before. We're like, we know what the virus is, we know how it attacks, and this is the protein you need to go after in order to make the vaccine. So that already cut down a lot of time. Now, something else that occurred here is that everyone's talking from around the world. That world communication is huge, because it's not sometimes it's companies' race. Who's going to make the vaccine first, right? But there was tons of money being poured out into this because it's a pandemic. The world, there's millions of deaths that's occurring. So there's like, well, this worked over here, but this isn't working over here. Great. And we were able to use that database from around the world to talk to each other to speed up the process. Also, because of the vaccine, there wasn't as much yellow tape to get through, because they put it on top of the pile, because there's tons of vaccines and different drugs that's trying to come out every day. But now that's, well, we're going to put this on top. This is our main agenda. We're pouring money into it for people to do their research. We're talking. But the main thing to remember too is that there's still going to be 3 phase trials. So the phase 1 is to look at the safety of the vaccine. You can't go on. You can't get approved, not even emergency use, if it's not safe for the people. The next one is to look at phase 2. Phase 2 is the vaccine actually producing the antibodies that you want. And then in phase 3, that's when you do a larger study and you look at, out of that large population, is the vaccine protecting those people from the serious hospitalizations and deaths? And that was the goal, which it did. So there's a lot of those 3 main safety steps were never skipped.
Wow, so interesting. Dr. Steve Patton, everybody, with Norton. Dr. Steve, tell our congregation how they can learn more information and hear more from you. And I think we should probably do like some sort of online conversation, allow people to ask questions. But again, tell them how they can keep up to date with you and just the latest information.
Yeah. So there's a website you can go to Norton's, and we have a community medical director's webpage there where you can contact us on the website, or you can follow me personally on my Instagram account, Medman4U, MEDMAN4U, and I like to do little videos there if you're interested. And I'm really glad to be here. And I wanted to just say one thing too.
Okay, real quick, because we got to go.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Dr. Steve.
Okay.
Sorry.
I saw something that said with the mistrust in the community,
Yeah.
they were worried about the Tuskegee experiment, but the Tuskegee experiment didn't give people syphilis. It withheld treatment. And the big thing I want to think about that is, now that there's a treatment of vaccination, but we're withholding treatment from ourselves.
Teach, doctor. Come on.
So I just want to
teach.
bring that out. Just think that that's
Come
a different
on.
perspective.
That was good. Now they like that now. Come on, doc.